At least 24 people wearing masks and some carrying pickaxes and handguns smashed jewelry cases and made off with bags full of items during a robbery at a San Francisco Bay Area jewelry store, authorities said. According to Associated Press, video from the Monday robbery shows a stream of people wearing masks covering their entire faces entering the jewelry store and then using the pickaxes to crack the glass cases and clear them out. The shop's doors locked after the robbers were inside because of security measures put in place after the store was previously robbed, and at least one of the people fired a handgun at the door to get out, police said. No one was injured, according to police. Messages seeking more information were left Thursday with authorities. The robbers then fled to cars waiting in a nearby lot, the San Ramon Police Department said. Officers tracked the vehicles from the air and were able to arrest several suspects, according to police. In a statement posted to social media, Heller Jewelers expressed gratitude for an outpouring of kindness since the robbery and said it planned to reopen on Saturday. Ukrainian military destroyed a Russian Su-34 aircraft in the Zaporizhzhia direction, according to the Ukrainian Air Force. On September 25, 2025, Ukrainian defenders shot down a Russian Su-34 aircraft in the Zaporizhzhia direction. According to the Ukrainian military, the Russian aircraft was carrying out terrorist attacks on the city of Zaporizhzhia using guided aerial bombs. The armed forces of Ukraine reported that a Russian Su-34 was destroyed while conducting a combat mission. The Su-34 is a Russian supersonic frontline bomber, developed on the basis of the Su-27 fighter, designed to destroy ground and sea targets in all weather conditions, day and night. The aircraft has a crew of 2 and is capable of carrying a wide range of weapons, including guided aerial bombs and air-to-surface and air-to-air missiles. Russia actively uses it in the war against Ukraine to strike civilian and military infrastructure. In mid-September, Russia received a new batch of Su-34 fighter bombers from the United Aircraft Corporation, a subsidiary of the state arms conglomerate Rostec. Militarny defense news outlet identified at least 2 airframes, noting it was the 4th delivery this year following earlier batches in April, July, and August. UAC CEO Vadim Badeka claimed September marked a record number of deliveries, crediting staff and production improvements. A July report based on wreckage from Ukraine shows that the Su-34 relies heavily on foreign components, with 221 identified from 59 companies in 8 countries, primarily in the US, Japan, and EU states. Russia began to launch significant strikes on Zaporizhzhia. First, in the early morning of September 22, the Russians attacked the city with aerial bombs. Then Russia repeatedly attacked Zaporizhzhia with aerial bombs. According to the head of the Zaporizhzhia Regional Military Administration, Russia struck civilian infrastructure and residential buildings in Zaporizhzhia with 6 high-explosive aerial bombs. Fires erupted.
Major grocery retailers have begun reducing their product selection in Russia. By mid-summer, the number of food products had decreased by 2.4%. As for non-food products, their availability has decreased by 2% compared to the same periods in 2024, according to Kommersant, citing an investigation by the Nielsen research firm. The largest declines were observed in the alcohol, children's products, and facial care products sector, with declines of 5.5%, 5.1%, and 7.4% respectively. Retail market representatives attributed this trend to a reduction in retail space due to high rent and changing consumer habits among Russians, forcing retailers to cater to demand and stock only the most popular items. Representatives of X5 Group, owner of the Pyaterochka and Perekrestok chains, reported that since the start of the special operation in Ukraine, the product range in their stores has decreased by a significant 15 to 20% on average. This summer, the company's divisions began switching to smaller retail pavilions, launching Perekrestok Select. Each store is approximately 400 square meters, 3 times smaller than the chain's standard supermarkets. Magnet has taken similar steps, opening ultra-convenient stores under the new brand Zaryad Ot Magnita, each measuring just 100 square meters. Lenta Supermarket has already confirmed its commitment to downsizing the optimization. Only the most popular products are being kept on the shelves, and the freed up space is being used for outside business projects and rentals. Furthermore, the chain's new hypermarkets are significantly smaller than those the company previously opened. According to preliminary estimates, in the first 7 months of this year, the average retailer's grocery store space shrank by 0.8% to 315 square meters. Supermarkets have now reached the point where they can draw conclusions about the success of previously launched brands, and with limited space for product placement, they are eliminating those that didn't survive the crisis. The food crisis, which is already becoming apparent, is causing anxiety and protests among the population. Recall, as major producers and exporters of agricultural commodities, Russia and Ukraine play critical roles in the global staple food supply. They export more than 45% of globally traded wheat, barley, and oats. A number of countries, including some with vulnerable food availability, heavily rely on imports from these two countries. For instance, the shares of wheat imported from Ukraine by Egypt and Lebanon are 85% and 81% of their total wheat imports. The war between Russia and Ukraine, which began on February the 24th, 2022, has raised serious concerns about Russia's crop production and global food shortages.